The Vancouver Canucks make a sneaky good signing as Patrik Allvin announces today they have signed David Kampf to a contract, and this has big implications not only on the team but one player in particular. We're going to break down this David Kampf signing, a quote from Patrik Allvin, how this changes everything for the Vancouver Canucks, and an update on Filip Hronek after leaving last night's game versus Carolina. We have so much to break down in this episode, and you're not going to want to miss it. So let's just dive straight into it. Now, before we get into the David Kampf signing, let's look at what happened to Filip Hronek and the update around him. Now, we do know last night, Adam Foote said that Filip Hronek was pulled by the concussion spotter. Now, this was after a dirty hit from Svechnikov to the head with the referee standing directly next to him, as you can see in the photo, and Alan Walsh, the agent for Hronek, went in to bash the NHL for nothing coming of this. Now, with Hronek being pulled from this, it does hurt the Vancouver Canucks, who are already down a lot of players, including Quinn Hughes, who did not play in this game. Now, the biggest thing is, with him going down, we don't know if he's going to return. We don't know if he's going to play next game. Quinn Hughes, we seen him did practice going into the Carolina game. Adam Foote said he woke up not feeling the best, so they did not force him into it. But by this, we see Rick Dhaliwal saying there is no discipline coming for Svechnikov and his elbow on Filip Hronek last night. Now, with this, I think it's ridiculous that this league is letting a lot of things go. We've seen the issues with concussions around the NHL. Filip Hronek being a prime example of a young player. And listen, Hronek is not as young, but still, you do not want to see any injuries. And this Gary Bettman ran NHL is letting a lot of lenience off. Now, listen, there was no call. The ref did look away with the puck coming around the boards. You don't want to get hit by this. So the benefit of doubt on that, but the fact that the Canucks did not get a power play from this or any discipline coming to Svechnikov does not help with the Vancouver Canucks or the rest of the players in this league. Now, with Filip Hronek, we're not sure if he's going to be out for an extended period of time. We don't know if he's going to return for the next game. We're hoping this was just being pulled. The team right now did not practice today on the 15th, but the next media availability will take place on Sunday, November 16th. So we should get an answer on Filip Hronek, and we're praying that there is nothing from this. We're hoping that he comes back all fine, because the Vancouver Canucks being down multiple players, including more being added on, is exactly not what this club wants moving forward. But what's your guys' thoughts on this? What is your thoughts on the fact that, let alone no call on the play, but the fact that there's no discipline going to Svechnikov? We can see that Rick Dhaliwal did say that going in on it, that it looked like his head movement was the reason. Nothing was called here. But what's your guys' thoughts on this? Because I think it's insane. But with that, let's dive straight into the signing today by the Vancouver Canucks. And looking at it at a glance, a lot of people might overlook how important this signing will be for the team. Now, we do see General Manager Patrik Allvin announce today the Canucks have agreed to terms with David Kampf on a one-year, $1.1 million deal. Now, David Kampf had a very interesting last couple of weeks as we've seen him sent from the Toronto Maple Leafs to the Toronto Marlies of the AHL. He did not show up. The contract was terminated. And then we do see the Canucks win the David Kampf sweepstake, or whatever you want to call it nowadays. But looking at David Kampf, Patrik Allvin makes some very good points, and this is why this signing is big. We're very reliable two-way center who will improve our strength and depth down the middle immediately, something the Vancouver Canucks desperately needs. He is good in the face-off dot and a solid penalty killer, two areas we currently have to upgrade. Now, this is the biggest thing with David Kampf. You're not signing him to score you 20 goals. Listen, if David Kampf can score 20 goals, I will buy his jersey and put it directly behind me. But the big thing is the Vancouver Canucks are getting scoring. They're getting good leads, but the problem is they're blowing these leads. They can't win faceoffs, and they're killing themselves on the penalty kill. Now, the biggest thing is going into last night's game versus Carolina, you can see Vancouver number one, but this is not good. The Canucks are statistically the worst penalty killing team of all time. Now listen, this was going into the game versus Carolina last night, and the biggest thing is it's going to change, and it's a small sample size, but once again, Bringing in a reliable face-off guy plus someone who can play on the penalty kill is something this Canucks team needed, and you're getting them for not only free, now listen, 1.1 million, but you're not giving up assets, and this is not a long-term fix. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey guys, this is our 2C of the future, but filling in the things the Vancouver Canucks need help on is exactly what David Kampf is brought in to do, and you can always move him closer to deadline. Now, the second biggest thing with David Kampf, before we get into his stats, is the fact that Pettersson has taken the most faceoffs in the NHL and the most defensive zone starts. Now with Pettersson, we know the offensive touch. We need to see it back. 15 points in 19 games. But the biggest thing is, if your forward is taking every defensive zone start because you can't trust the rest of the centermen, listen, Aatu is incredible. But the big thing is, it's Adam Foote is deploying Pettersson in a lot of starts in the defensive zone. He wins the faceoff or he gets stuck and then he ends up going off, so he's not getting the scoring chances. So having the 15 points in the 19 games is not bad, but with David Kampf coming in, this gives him the opportunity to start in the defensive zone and letting PD start in the neutral zone or the offensive zone to work on his offensive game, to get more scoring chances, to hem teams in. This is a big signing for Pettersson, and a lot of fans might laugh at this, but the fact that you're going to get him in the offensive zone more times than not is going to help with his production. We've seen the shorthanded goal that he scored. Bringing him in is going to be great. Now listen, David Kampf is not known for his offensive production. We've seen last year with the Toronto Maple Leafs, disgusting. We don't like the Leafs. 5 goals and 13 points over the 59 games, playing in a lower role on the fourth line. But the biggest thing is, once again, the defensive responsibility from David Kampf is going to be huge for this team. As you can see from Fresh's charts, his offense is not great, but the effective defense is going to be a game changer for the Canucks, who have the scoring options around him. He's going to win you faceoffs, which is exactly what this team needs at this point. Looking at David Kampf, 51.2% last year on the faceoff dot. We know he's playing a fourth line role. He played in under 13 minutes last season. But when looking at the Leafs, Aatu 55%, PD 47.5%, Reichel 39.4%, and Sasson at 39%. Adding the 50% faceoff guy until Blucher gets back helps down the middle of this Canucks team a lot more than people expect. Looking at this, it also gives the opportunity for Lukas Reichel to play in his proper position as a winger within the Canucks lineup. David Kampf will probably come in as a third or fourth line center, taking a lot of defensive zone starts, but Lukas Reichel can slide straight on his wing. Jake DeBrusk can play with them. This gives them 2 speedy wingers with an offensive touch to go out and help not only David Kampf, but he can help out on the defensive end for this Canucks team. But Canucks fans, what is your thoughts? Listen, as in a vacuum, David Kampf doesn't look like the flashiest player. It's not our 2C. The Canucks team still needs to go out and make moves to be true contenders, but David Kampf is the sneaky piece that can change this season. I mean, at the very moment, we know we need face-off guys. He brings this. We know we suck on the penalty kill. He helps with this. This is one of those signings that's going to help with the underlining numbers and help Canucks win games. We've seen them take leads, drop the lead because they take a stupid penalty. This will be killed more often than not, and he's not going to come in and completely fix it, but getting back Teddy Bluger, David Kampf, and Derek Forbort is going to be a big part of the penalty kill. When the Canucks start to kill penalties, we're going to see them hold leads more, and holding leads means more wins means playoffs means Stanley Cup. You know where I'm going with this. But what's your guys' thoughts on all this? Go down and leave a comment down below. Is this a sneaky good signing for the Vancouver Canucks? Do you hate this signing and wish they went out to get anyone else? Let me know down in the comments. But that will be it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. Leave a like, share this with your friends. Let me know any topics you guys want me to touch on. Is it a prospect? Medvedev has been outstanding. Is it a player? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. I love reading through them. But that'd be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy your weekend and take care, Canucks fans.